Hey gang, Red Boswell with IFPG coming back for the number 3 mistake I see franchisors make. Now, as president of IFPG, I see a lot of mistakes, and that's okay. We learn from our mistakes. Hopefully we learn from other people's mistakes, and so that's why I'm sharing some of these with you today. And yeah, thankfully I'm back in the office, no hurricanes or hell in the Dallas area here where I'm based. So number 3 is that franchisor, that entrepreneur, that founder trying to do it all, and an overlap. It's kind of 2 in 1. Either trying to do it all, especially on that FranDev side, because you know they have that passion that no one else can really duplicate, and they can tell stories and share how they've done it with all these great candidates, but they just can't do it all. You know, as you're growing, emerging, whether you're emerging or much bigger, you need help, and that help oftentimes turns out to be your best friend or your neighbor, or maybe it's the guy that helped you sell in your original concept business and now you're transitioning to sell franchises. And there's so much wrong with that. First of all, you don't sell franchises, you're awarding them, right? There's a little bit of semantics there, but I wanted to put that out there, especially for the newbies who haven't heard that concept. You're awarding franchises. People are qualifying. You're going through this process together, mutually validating one another. And ultimately it comes down to hire a FranDev professional, a franchise development professional who knows this industry, knows the legalities of it, preferably has their CFE, their Certified Franchise Executive status. That's no small feat. And so as a franchisor, I see them making mistakes constantly, trying to do it themselves, especially in that FranDev world, and not hiring the right people. If they do relinquish some of that responsibility, they relinquish it to the wrong person. So relinquish the FranDev responsibilities, at least on the front line. You know, any franchisor, any entrepreneur is going to want to talk to that potential franchisee at the end of the process, but you don't need to own that whole process yourself. Okay, and when you do relinquish that, relinquish it to someone who knows what they're doing, okay? Really a veteran. They don't have to have 2 decades of experience in FranDev, but they do need to understand the process, understand the culture, your culture, but especially understand franchise development, what you do, what you don't do, legally and otherwise. And you know, a great way to know that if they have that those qualifications is CFE. Are they a Certified Franchise Executive? Certainly some consultants, some broker, coach, matchmakers out there have gone through the process, and maybe you can bring them in even on a part-time basis. But just really understand how incredibly important. Now, I was a franchisor for full-time, dedicated, founded a concept and took it to 148 franchises. I was on that franchise organization about 7 years. I started out like so many. I started out trying to be that guy that did it all, and I'm talking to candidates, and man, I learned real quickly I could not do it all. And so brought a fella on that was fantastic. He did have some things to learn, and he messed up in some legal aspects, so I learned to not just relinquish it all and trust him with the entire process, but I learned to get my CFE pretty quick, so I know what he's doing right and know what he's doing wrong. So I hope you followed my ADHD mindset here. Hire folks that know what they're doing truly inside and out. You're still going to measure and monitor what matters and keep track of them. You know, trust but verify, and do what you're best at. Run that organization, cast the vision, be that visionary for it, but have a dedicated CFE qualified franchise development professional. Hope that helps, guys. See you on the road. See you at IFA soon, too.